everybody. Welcome to All About John Deere. I'm Kevin. If you love John Deere, stay right here because you're going to love this show. It's wall-to-wall John Deere. New tractors, old tractors, excavators, a John Deere auction, hard to find Johnny Poppers like the Spoker Deep from 1925, and the rare 6-cylinder 8020 from 1960. New original music by my good pal Jim Coffey, plus a lot more. So let's get started. As always, we open with the song.
Everyone knows that yellow and green. Watch 'em run smart, run fast, run lean. Helping us live the American dream, never resting till the job is done. Plowing a field or hauling stone, no better machines in the world are known. On the farm, at work, at home, the very best ton for ton. John Deere made a better plow, John Deere. Name that's famous now, John Deere. I'll tell you how, it's all about John Deere. John Deere, sing it strong and loud, John Deere. Stands out from the crowd, John Deere. Makes America proud, it's all about John Deere. Quality and trust, no one can deny. Name as American as apple pie. Celebrated as the 4th of July for over 100 years. Changing the course of history, still #1 in the industry. Far and wide, everybody agrees, nothing runs like a Deere. John Deere made a better plow, John Deere. Name that's famous now, John Deere. I'll tell you how, it's all about John Deere. John Deere, sing it strong and loud, John Deere. Stands out from the crowd, John Deere. Makes America proud, it's all about John Deere.
The tractor is the backbone and most important piece of machinery on any farm. The modern-day John Deere farm tractor ranges in size from 18 horsepower to 500 horsepower. There are also smaller John Deere tractors that you see almost every day. But these are designed for lawn care, landscaping, nursery work, and hobby farming. Farm tractors fall in 3 basic groups. The smallest farm tractors are called utility tractors. They range from 60 to 110 horsepower. Utility tractors have many uses. They can load gravel, cut hay, move hay bales, lots of different things. That's why they're called utility tractors. The most common tractor is the row crop tractor. The row crop tractor is designed so the tires go between the rows of crops. Horsepower ranges from 95 to 255. Row crop tractors can be used for planting, cutting hay, and pulling hay balers. They can also be equipped with a front end loader for heavy loading jobs. John Deere's biggest and most powerful tractors, the 9200 series, come with 4-wheel drive. 4-wheel drive tractors go from 280 to 500 horsepower. In fact, most of these tractors come with 8 wheels, duals in the front and duals in the rear. Some even come with 12 wheels. All wheels are equal size and spread the weight more evenly, which helps traction. These tractors pull the biggest John Deere implements: 60-foot cultivators, 45-foot chisel plows, 30-foot mulch tillers, and 36-row planters. The bigger the farm, the bigger the tractors. John Deere four-wheel drive tractors have air-conditioned cabs, CD players, and a global positioning computer called the GreenStar system. But they don't come cheap. Some can cost as much as $250,000. We'll talk more about the GreenStar system later. These modern powerhouses have come a long way since 1918. That's the year John Deere introduced their first production tractor, the 18-horsepower Waterloo Boy. The only similarity with the Waterloo Boy and today's John Deere tractors is the green and yellow paint scheme. But the Waterloo Boy was an important tractor for John Deere. It started a two-cylinder tradition that lasted until 1960 and made John Deere tractors famous. While other tractor companies switched to 4- and 6-cylinder tractors, John Deere stuck with 2 cylinders. Why? Because they were easy to repair, easy on fuel, they were durable, and farmers just sort of loved them, especially their sound. The 2-cylinder motor goes pop, pop, pop. No wonder John Deere 2-cylinder tractors are called Johnny Poppers. Today, John Deere 2-cylinder tractors are very popular with collectors. Some of the most popular are the Model B, the Model D, the AO, and the 720. In the late 1950s, farms dramatically increased in size, and bigger, more powerful tractors were in demand. John Deere engineers realized it was not practical to get this additional power and size with a tractor powered by a 2-cylinder engine. So in 1960, John Deere introduced a new generation of 4- and 6-cylinder tractors. But the old John Deere 2-cylinder tractors are still going strong today. Just visit a farm show and listen for that irresistible pop, pop, pop sound.
Hear that sound, Johnny Popper, round and round, Johnny Popper. When you hear that sound coming through your town, the answer is clear, it's a big John Deere. What do you see? Johnny Popper. It's a Model D. Johnny Popper. When you hear that sound coming through your town, the answer is clear, it's a big John Deere. First ever engine of its kind, left the others far behind. Only 2 cylinders make her go. When you hear that sound, everyone will know. Listen, chums, Johnny Popper. Now here it comes, Johnny Popper. When you hear that sound coming through your town, the answer is clear, it's a big John Deere. First ever engine of its kind, left the others far behind. Only 2 cylinders make her go. When you hear that sound, everyone will know. Listen, chums, Johnny Popper. Now here it comes, Johnny Popper. When you hear that sound coming through your town, the answer is clear, it's a big John Deere.
There are many different types of farms. Farms that grow crops like corn, soybeans, and wheat, which are grown in rows, are called row crop farms. Farms also come in many different sizes. If you work 1,000 acres or less, you are considered a small farm. 5,000 acres or more, well, that's considered a big farm. The row crop farmer's year starts in April. His first job is to prepare the soil for planting. Today, most farmers just go over the soil once with a field cultivator. The field cultivator is a seed preparation tool. It is the last piece of machinery to go over the field prior to planting. They come in different widths, from 12 feet wide to 65 feet wide. This new approach to farming is called reduced till. The idea is to help the environment by doing a better job of preserving the topsoil and minimizing machinery use, which cuts down on fuel consumption. Also, the fewer trips over the field means the big tires won't compact the soil so much, and looser soil results in a better yield. Otto, can't you get anything right? You're harvesting the wrong field. Now put that field back the way you found it, and hurry up.
Oh, no.
Have you ever been to an auction? People sell things at auctions. At this auction, they're selling John Deere tractors and other John Deere stuff. The auctioneer is the fast-talking guy with the microphone. Can you understand what he's saying? I can't, but I guess everyone else can. People keep bidding until someone bids a price so high that nobody else wants to bid any higher. That person is the highest bidder and wins the item. The auctioneer has people in the audience urging bidders to keep on bidding. Once the bidding stops, the auctioneer says something like, "Going once, going twice, sold," to the man with a big smile on his face. You have to be careful how you move at an auction, because the slightest movement may be interpreted as your willingness to bid. I know a guy who itched his ear and bought a horse. The John Deere Buck and Gator are versatile machines. They have many uses.
Well, the Gator, we didn't dream we'd use it as much as we do here on the farm. And then in the wintertime, I like cutting wood, and we haul wood in with it. And we use that every day of the year.
Got a job, just give me a call. I'll start her up and I'm ready to haul. There's lots to do, so I'll catch you later. Time to get to work on my John Deere Gator. Wanna have some fun? Why, you're in luck. Let's climb aboard my John Deere Buck. No matter how steep, no matter how rough, I'm ready to go when the going gets tough. Something to haul or a mountain to climb, up a steep hill or whatever you find. If you need some help, I've got it right here. Nothing works as hard as John Deere.
Otto, you plowed the wrong field. Now go back there and put that field back the way you found it, and hurry up.
Oh, no.
This Model BI the I stands for industrial, was introduced in 1935. It was John Deere's first machine aimed at the construction market. The BI was just a beefed-up B with a heavier frame and bigger brakes. It was made heavier so it could stand up to the rigors of industrial work, which is harder on a tractor than farm work. Since the BI, John Deere has produced many types of construction and forestry machines. Here are just a few. Backhoes, excavators, dozers, wheel loaders, motor graders, articulated dump trucks, feller bunchers, and skidders. All these big machines perform lots of different jobs. The jobs they do are called applications. Most are painted bright yellow because when they work close to highways, they want to make sure passing motorists can easily see them. Let's talk about excavators first. Excavators are extremely versatile. They can be used for digging holes, say a foundation for a new home, to dig a trench to bury pipes or cables, load gravel on a truck, break up concrete, clean out a pond, carry equipment, lots of different things. You can usually find excavators anywhere they are building bridges, an overpass, or repairing an interstate highway. The main parts of an excavator are the undercarriage, upper structure or house, main boom, arm, sometimes called the stick, and the bucket. Excavators are fun to watch in action. The house swings around and the bucket digs into the ground, grabbing all the dirt it can. Then the boom raises the bucket, swings it around, and dumps the dirt. Before the dust settles, the bucket is back in the ground, digging for more dirt. The big crawler tracks help the excavator get it around, even if the ground is muddy. Crawler tracks are huge steel belts that spin around the track roller frames. Two levers control the digging, unloading, and swinging of the boom, stick, and bucket. The direction of the excavator is controlled by two floor pedals, one for each track. You steer an excavator like you do a dozer. Slow down one track and keep the other going at regular speed. John Deere makes many different excavators. The largest is powered by a 454 horsepower diesel engine, weighs 175,000 pounds, can dig 27 feet deep, and its bucket can hold up to 7 cubic yards of dirt. How much is a cubic yard? Picture a square of dirt 3 feet high, 3 feet wide, and 3 feet deep. That's a cubic yard of dirt.
Sun comes up on a brand new day, time to work that fertile ground. Strap on my boots and my overalls and plow till the sun goes down. Sitting in the cab of my old John Deere, I start her up and I put her in gear, just like a train and an engineer. Just me and my good old friend John Deere. Planting that corn or winter wheat, hope the weather will help me out. Gotta do my part to feed the world, for me that's what it's all about. Putting food in your grocery store, just doing my part, no less, no more. Feeding families both far and near. Just me and my good old friend John Deere. harvesting, time to reap what I have sown. Gotta get it in, gotta do it quick before the winter breezes blow. Working hard, just me and JD, I couldn't ask for any better company. Job well done for another year. Just me and my good old friend John Deere. Just me and my good old friend John Deere.
By late April or early May, the field is ready for planting. But before anything can grow, seeds have to be put in the soil. This is a John Deere integral drill. It is used to plant wheat, soybeans, oats, and grass seed. All the action takes place at the bottom of the drill. First, a knife-like tool called a disc opener cuts into the ground and opens the soil. Next, a thing called a boot drops the seed into the opening. The boot is followed by a closing wheel that covers the seed with soil. This type of farming is called solid planting. Drills can be operated on a 3-point hitch or may be pulled by a tractor. Some drills plant the seed and lay down fertilizer at the same time. Row crop planters are also used to plant seeds. The difference between a drill and a row crop planter is the space between the rows. Drills drop seeds between 6 and 10 inches apart. This is not enough space to operate a cultivator. Row crop planters drop seeds in rows between 20 and 40 inches apart. The most common row spacing is 30 inches between the rows. This is enough space to operate a cultivator. Row crop planters are used to plant corn, wheat, soybeans, cotton, and milo. Milo is a version of feed corn grown in the South and West. The smallest row crop planter plants 4 rows. The largest plants 36 rows. Row crop planters can drop the seeds and the fertilizer at the same time. Field corn is the #1 cash crop in the United States. It is used to feed cattle, for food supplements, and fuel. There's also sweet corn, which I love to eat. There's nothing finer than eating fresh corn on the cob on a hot summer night. By August, corn is as high as an elephant's eye, and soon will be ready for harvest. We'll show you how farmers harvest corn and other crops in Part 2. After the seeds are planted, the growing season begins. The growing season lasts all summer, or until the first frost. The crops need both water and sunlight to grow, so it's important to get rain, especially just after the seeds have been planted. The rain helps the seeds open and start growing in the soil. Maybe once or twice during the growing season, the farmer will go over the crops with a rear-mounted row crop cultivator. This can be pretty tricky because the farmer has to make sure the cultivator goes between the plant rows and does not rip up the plants. Today's newest tractors can be equipped with the Green Star system, which utilizes GPS technology. GPS stands for Global Positioning System. The Green Star system can guide the tractor through the rows in exactly the right spot, without the farmer even touching the steering wheel. Amazing! This is Bill Kettlehut of Berrien Springs, Michigan. Bill has a nice collection of John Deere tractors and John Deere Lindemann crawler tractors. Here's one of his favorites, a John Deere 1925 Spoker D. It's called a spoker because of the flywheel. On most Ds, the flywheel is solid. On this 1925 Model D, the flywheel has spokes. That's why they call it a Spoker D. Just about everyone who collects John Deere would like to have a Spoker D. Mainly because they're hard to find and they're fun. They bark and bellow, the steering wheel shakes, and fire shoots out of the exhaust. Who wouldn't want a tractor like this? Thanks, Bill. We'll be back to talk about your John Deere Lindemann crawler tractors in part 2.
She was all dressed up in yellow and green. She had the poise of a beauty queen. She was the prettiest sight that I had ever seen. She was everything I wanted. It was like a dream. The first time I sat behind the wheel, I knew right then she was the real deal. Grading a road or plowing a field, my love for her, it will never yield. Oh my dear, my love for you is so sincere. You make me smile from ear to ear. You're the only one for me. Oh my dear, she shines so brightly in the morning sun and is so graceful though she weighs a ton. I could listen all day to her motor run. When we're together we work as one. Spending time with her is a pure delight. When we're together it feels so right. And when we work long into the night, her eyes glow brightly in the pale moonlight. Oh my dear, my love for you is so sincere. You make me smile from ear to ear. You're the only one for me. Oh my dear, I say oh my dear, my love for you is so sincere. You make me smile from ear to ear. You're the only one for me. Oh, John Deere.
Not all vintage John Deeres are pretty show tractors. Some still are used for work, like Bob DeVries' 1958 John Deere 730 diesel. Bob has a farm in Stevensville, Michigan, and is using this 730 to cultivate his patch of pumpkins. Cultivating keeps the patch free of weeds. It's important to keep the weeds out because if you let them grow, they will rob the pumpkins of soil nutrients and the yield will be smaller. When the weeds pile up on the cultivator, Bob gets off his 730 and pulls the weeds off. It's late July and the pumpkins are still small, but in a few weeks they will be full grown and ready for Halloween. We'll check back with Bob in October when he starts harvesting his pumpkins. Bill Donner of Three Oaks, Michigan is a happy man. He just bought this rare 1960 John Deere 8020. Bill is about to fire it up and take it for a spin. The diesel-powered 6-cylinder 4-wheel drive tractor generates over 200 horsepower, can go about 20 miles per hour, weighs over 20,000 pounds, is articulated, and originally cost about $30,000. That was a lot of money for a tractor back in 1960, and farmers just weren't ready for a big, expensive tractor. Only about 100 were sold. That's why they're so hard to find today. And Bill has the 6th one built. Collectors like low serial numbers, and 6 is pretty low. That's one reason Bill is so happy. He plans to restore his 8020 and have it ready for next year's 2-cylinder expo. And he might just make it if he can tear himself out of the driver's seat long enough to do the work. Bill also has fun with a 630 made in 1959, and a 3020 diesel made in 1965. Bill bought this 1951 Model B for his wife, Barb. Bill also collects toy tractors. He has a toy model for every tractor he owns. In fact, he has lots of toy models for tractors he doesn't own. The toy models look pretty real, don't they? See if you can tell the difference. I'll show you a tractor, and you decide whether it's real or toy. Ready, set, go. They were all toy models. How'd you do? All the tractors so far look like they just came out of a new tractor showroom. But that's not what they looked like when collectors like Bill started to restore them. This is what most old tractors look like. It takes a lot of time, money, and hard work to make an old tractor look like a new tractor. Here's a Model H Bill plans to restore. We'll check in with Bill in a few months to see how he's doing. Otto, I don't believe this. You baled the wrong field of hay. Now get those bales back in the baler and put that hay back the way you found it. And hurry up.
Oh, no.
Okay, hope you've been paying attention because now it's time for a quiz. When the picture stops, you name the piece of equipment. Ready, set, go! Excellent work. You get an A. Well, it's getting late. Time to put the tractors away. Bill and his pals get each tractor started. Drive them into the garage and get them parked in just the right spot. Then, reluctantly, Bill closes the door and says goodbye. Well, we have to say goodbye too. Hope you enjoyed the show. See you again in part 2. Bye for now.
Everyone knows that yellow and green. Watch 'em run smart, run fast, run lean. Helping us live the American dream, never resting till the job is done. Plowing a field or hauling stone, no better machines in the world are known. On the farm, at work, at home, the very best ton for ton. John Deere made a better plow, John Deere. Name that's famous now, John Deere. I'll tell you how, it's all about John Deere. John Deere, sing it strong and loud, John Deere. Stands out from the crowd, John Deere. Makes America proud, it's all about John Deere. Quality and trust, no one can deny. Name as American as apple pie. Celebrated as the 4th of July for over 100 years. Changing the course of history, still #1 in the industry. Far and wide, everybody agrees, nothing runs like a Deere. John Deere made a better plow, John Deere. Name that's famous now, John Deere. I'll tell you how, it's all about John Deere. John Deere, sing it strong and loud, John Deere. Stands out from the crowd, John Deere. Makes America proud, it's all about John Deere.
Don't miss all about John Deere Part 2. More exciting John Deere action, farm machines, construction equipment, John Deere toys, and more original music by James Coffey. For more information, call 800-892-2822. For information about John Deere products, go to the web at www.johndeere.com.
Friend John Deere.
TM also produces award-winning children's videos on trains, big machines, and cowboys. TM is licensed by John Deere, Caterpillar, and Lionel. Awards include the prestigious Parents' Choice. For a free catalog, call 800-892-2822 or visit us on the web at ilovetoytrains.info.
Saddle up your horses, roundup time is near.
Don't miss All About Cowboys Part 1, 45 minutes of exciting cowboy action. See amazing trick riders, heart-pounding rodeo action, a world-class trick roper, original music by Bethany Zill, plus lots more.
My Phyllis dear, to yon blue mountain free, where blossoms smell the sweetest. Come roll along with me. It's every Sunday morning when I am by your side. Let's jump into the wagon and we'll all take a ride. Wait for the wagon, wait for the wagon, wait for the wagon and we'll all take a ride.
Don't miss it.
Visit our I Love Toy Trains outlet store. We have a fine selection of Lionel trains and accessories, both new and refurbished Lionel from the 50s. MTH trains, track and accessories. One of the largest selection of Thomas in Southwest Michigan. Plus die-cast cars, toys, books, and lots of videos. C4 trains operating on our 2-level O-gauge layout. A Thomas layout on the porch. Even trains running on the ceiling. We have toys you don't see much anymore. Wind-up race cars, wooden blocks, Donald Duck on a string, ring toss, and a Jack-in-the-Box. All the popular I Love Toy Trains and Thomas videos. Our store is located in the charming resort town of New Buffalo, Michigan. Stop by. You'll enjoy the visit. We're open Thursday through Sunday, 11 to 5 Eastern Standard Time. Other weekdays, call 1-800-892-2822. We'll meet you at the store.